Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 19, and today it is time for part 44 of the series and the start of the World Snooker International Championship. Now we meet David Gilbert, the Angry Farmer, at the last 16 stage in a best of 5 encounter. Now this would usually be a best of 11, but I thought it'd be nice to have a change of pace, so we're going to play this as a best of 5 on the medium mode, and then after this, if we are to get through, we will play the quarterfinals on the long setting, which is a best of 11. It's best of 11 as you see throughout, really, from last 32 levels. So I didn't want to do that too soon. Play this one on a best of 5, and if we are to get through, the next round is a best of 11. Now, if you haven't watched the previous video yet, I really recommend you do so, because I'm just about to ruin it. Yeah, you've had your time. We won the English Open. It was quite incredible how we managed to do so. Going into that last session, we were 7-3 down. And we managed to win 6 frames on the bounce and pick up that Steve Davis trophy. Add it to the trophy cabinet, and we are now a lot closer to Ronnie O'Sullivan to go up to 7th for the first time in this Neil Robertson career mode, which would be absolutely crazy. Now, bear in mind, this is another big opportunity because in Season 2 of the International Championship, we only got to the last 64. We were knocked out by Sonny Akani. This was the real period 2 seasons ago where we had a nightmare after the Shanghai Masters fiasco. So what I'm saying is that the further we go in this tournament, the further we rise up the rankings, it's effectively everything we win in this tournament is a boost in our rankings. So we've already earned 13,500 for getting through to the last 16, and hopefully we can make that 21,000 by beating Dave Gilbert today. And the good news is, so far in our matchup history against him, as you can see on the screen now, we have won all 4 appearances in competitions before this. We played him in the Shanghai Masters previously in this season, beat him 6 frames to 1. The only match where it was a little bit less comfortable was the 6 Reds, where it was 4 frames to 3. We won on the last frame decider. But apart from that, generally speaking, we exert pretty good dominance over Dave Gilbert. This is a best of 5. We've been known not to really get going very quickly recently, so this best of 5 is certainly a risk. Obviously, in the matches, I think, against Hawkins, Higgins, and Wilson, I think against Higgins it was actually 1 each, but against Hawkins and Wilson we lost the first 2 frames. So hopefully, just to keep the old ticker going at a rate that's not too quick, we don't lose the first 2 frames here, because of course in this match, with it only being a best of 5, the fallout is a lot more from losing the first 2 in, say, a best of 17, for example, against John Higgins. But I hope you guys are enjoying. I really enjoyed the final. I hope you guys did as well. But we're back to a new tournament. And yeah, there's plenty of them to go, and if we keep going in the form we were at in the last tournament, then we have a worrying amount of episodes based on sort of 10 an event, which, you know, take all of these events into account, and we're way into the triple figures. So I think I am going to sit out the next event, which is the Champion of Champions, which I'm not too bothered about. And I might actually end up sitting out the Dapperbet Masters, because we've already won that. So again, that's one we've already got in our trophy cabinet. There's no benefit to our ranking status, so I think we'll sit out of 1 or 2. But towards the end of the year, it is tricky to sit out a lot of the events, because they're all pretty tempting to play. Now, we've got an early chance here. This might go wrong, but no, we've potted it well. We've come off the cushion well as well. Nice position. Maybe a bit too much there, but again, it's okay. I can live with that. See if we can get in a position for this red. The last thing we wanted to do was hit it. I was thinking to come behind the come on the cushion and come behind the red, but it's not really worked for us. So we're just going to get in behind this red, play a very low risk shot. Don't leave a pot on for Dave, and then he can do whatever he wants. So he can play the hard shot from there. There's a very small tempter with that pot along the cushion, but personally I just don't fancy it. Don't think we can get to these without hitting the pink first, so that's okay. So the idea is to hit this fairly thin. We don't want to hit it too thick. Like he's trying to get the cue ball tight on the cushion here. Crucial thing is here, we don't want to leave it available to the corner pocket, which we might have done, but the brown might save us here. I think it just about does. Might not do, though. Playing safe here. Nope, he doesn't save us, but at least he can't get to the pocket. That's a good shot. That is a good shot from Dave. So it leaves a bit of bother here. He's played that very well. we've got to hope here then that we don't hit anything on the way back. As we said, we're going to be pretty lucky to do that. And we haven't, you know. This could be a decent shot. Don't hit the green. We have done, and to be fair, it's not terrible. We're going to struggle not to leave anything on from there, but yeah, we haven't left anything easy. That's the crucial part of that.
This is not easy.
Not playing this at a lot of pace. You would expect him to pot it, but he's nowhere near. Nowhere near at all with that.
Missed pot.
So that's the end of the safety battle, and clearly Dave Hendon watching on a screen that's 5 seconds behind everybody else. And this black should be okay to go. Not ideal really being on the cushion. This black should pass, but it's worth checking because it can look a lot different sometimes from the upper view. I don't know whether I want to take the risk. I don't fancy that to be true. I know the blue's a risk, but we know that if we play it right, it'll go at least with that shot. With this, I'm a bit more nervous about the black.
Well,
this
no
blue should be okay.
Long pot
Risky shot if we miss, but it's there. We like those long blues, and we knew that if we potted that, we would leave ourselves on something. Of course, the risk there was that if we didn't pot it, it would be Dave Gilbert that benefited. But sometimes you have to play the positive shot, and if it goes wrong, well, your opponent benefits. You're not going to play a pot particularly usually, are you, to not leave yourself on, if anything. That just sounds silly. So this is the big split shot. We've got to pot the black. That's the important thing here. The black's there, and it's a good split, but where's the cue ball going to end up? You know, the balls can split as well as they want, but if you're not going to have a pot on, then it can leave you in a bit of bother. Nothing especially brilliant here, but there is this tight one to the middle pocket, which I do fancy this, and it's not there. Should have took some more time over that. It's been something that plagues our game a lot. I want to keep up the momentum, the flow, but it is something that plagues our game. I think that and positional play. And obviously, as I said, if you can't find a pot, it's your opponent who benefits. And that is exactly what I can see happening here. Admittedly, these reds not in brilliant positions, but nevertheless potable.
7.
Certainly a lot better than you'd have bargained for a little bit earlier on in the frame.
8. 13. 14.
Be interesting to see if he splits this pack of 4 again here. No, he decides not to. I don't particularly blame him.
Really well played.
21.
See what he does here.
22.
What's he on? I'm hoping he can see this red past the pink to the middle pocket. He's not on anything easy if he can't. See, I've done it again. Classic 29. Idiot. It's funny how you can get into that sort of mentality. No wonder he wasn't on anything to that middle pocket, because he was going for the black. Ages. Well, he's played the split shot, and
35.
It's not worked out too badly. He's got a bit of fortune with the position there. You would make him favourite for the frame. Obviously, it was a mistake from us that's caused that. We were in first.
43.
We didn't take the chance. Admittedly, it wasn't the easiest split ever, but that's not really much of an excuse.
51.
This could be end of the break if it's not played well. I've seen these missed.
No more than half a chance here.
And he has. He's going to miss that.
He's missed the pot.
David Gilbert.
That's a bit of a shocker from Mr. Gilbert. No one will be more aggravated than him. Because it was a real chance, that. And he's not taking it at all. Just put us back in this frame, however. And that's something I'll be quite happy to
The long pot's on, and he's going for
take. Now the blue's there. Need a bit of luck with position here, and we're certainly not going to get it. So as soon as we started that break, it's all over.
6.
Lost it a tad. Lost it completely. Play the cheeky double here. Although it's definitely not a double, but it leaves us safe at least. Which is a bit of fortune.
Neil Robertson.
A lot of fortune, actually. And we got away with that. We really have got away with those last few shots because Gilbert could have put us in a really good snooker there in behind the green. But alas, it's our chance now. We've had a few shots to do it and, you know, a poor first shot. But you can only beat who you're up against. Not our best, but this should be a good chance now to go and take the first frame. The frame that I didn't really think we'd have a chance in. Looked in good form knocking the reds in, and well, all it takes is one bad shot and you can very much be back to square one. Which is exactly what Dave Gilbert was.
9.
Just got to make sure we play the right shots. It's very easy in this position when, you know, they're not obvious to get to. Very easy in this position to get out of position, if you pardon the slight pun there.
14.
So, this pot into the right corner.
It's there.
That's a great pot.
15.
Not a brilliant angle on the black, I must confess. So, I'm going to play the blue just to make sure of things here. Again, it's always worth, in this game, going with what you know. Tried and tested methods rather than trying to experiment with anything new. Okay, fair enough. If you've won the frame, yeah, then sure. But if it's something you're not exactly sure about, then don't bother. And we knew we could get them the red there, and the colours, it's something we've done time and time again.
21.
And hopefully, this won't be an exception.
Well, I'm not surprised.
This blue will
he's
put us
taking
back
the
ahead.
pot here.
We play that pretty perfectly. Albeit maybe a bit straight on this yellow, but
Just
we
the
can
colours
recover
to go.
with getting on the green, which is off its spot. Just got to make sure we get this right. Don't do anything stupid. Can't go on autopilot, really, because of the green being off its spot. But the green's there. The brown should go into the middle pocket fairly easily.
Well,
And
he's
that
taking
gives
it
us
on.
a natural position for the blue ball,
No issues
which
there.
we've got.
Brimming with confidence and on a bit of a roll at the moment.
35.
And this blue will give us the first frame here against Dave Gilbert, which is... It's nice to win a first
Just
frame
the
for
blue
once.
required.
And it's there.
Nicely done.
Overhit that one slightly, admittedly. It's not perfect on the pink. We almost wanted that triangle of position, so we could get straight on that and completely back on the black ball, but it's
He's
not a
going for
problem.
the right centre pocket here.
A, we've won the frame, and B, we can get back on it by using the cushion, which we have.
46.
And it's been a
Needs to be played
good clearance
at the
here.
right pace.
Admittedly, a frame that maybe we shouldn't have won. Both players had chances, though. We didn't take our first one.
Clearance.
Gilbert didn't take one, and, well, we've took the biggest chance of the frame, and we are 1-0 up.
And that is the frame.
So, he's opened up a one-frame gap and will be looking to apply some pressure on his opponent in this frame.
He'll be wanting to press home the advantage now. This next frame should be interesting.
Thank you. The second frame. Neil Robertson to break.
Neil Folds makes a good point there, actually. Especially in a best-of-5 encounter. Big frame, the second
Playing
frame.
with safety and aiming to get the cue ball tight against the cushion.
And we've got a chance early on here, albeit only what can be described really as a half chance.
Yes, he's taking the pot on.
Going to use the screw back there because I just didn't fancy trying to go into those reds. And with the position on the blue, then we can navigate the cue ball fairly well to where we want to go. And that destination is positioned to pot another red.
6.
Go for either spot here. This doesn't really matter too much, but I think this red here will give us the ideal positional shot. Albeit played a bit too hard, but not going to hurt too much. Because the screw back wasn't excessive. Obviously, the more force you put on, the more screw back you've got. the more effect that playing that shot harder
Another great long pot.
makes.
12.
Can't say this is a frame winning chance, to be honest, but
13.
if we can knock a few balls into the pockets, then I don't mind that. Can't really see this pink being of any use, so I think we'll dib out of that one. Got out with a good contact with the cushion here. We're going for the one on the black cushion. It's gone a bit too far, I think this has. It's not bad. It's potable.
18.
Might be more inclined to go for this one as a cut, but actually no, it's not as far on the cushion as I originally thought. So that's okay, actually. Good pot. All a bit awkward here, but we can manufacture this potentially into a chance. Depends if we can get the screw back or not here, and we're being limited, so just gonna have to play this rough and ready and hopefully get some sort of split position. The word I'm going for really is luck. That's not bad. That's not bad.
24.
There's something in this. I'll take it over no position at all, I think is the moral of the story here. Just want to get slightly bulk side of this blue. Pop the ball will help. 2 occasions now when we've been in. I did say it wasn't a frame winning chance, but it's easy to get very greedy in these frames.
He'll be looking to get back into the frame here.
And Gilbert, I think, going for exactly the same strategy as I would be doing. Play the blue, knock these open. See what sort of fortune he gets. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Go for a more conservative strategy. Get rid of the ones around the black.
6.
Ooh,
7.
I don't like that now. The pink's off limits for Gilbert.
12.
Again, I can't see him winning this frame in this visit, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And coming back from 7-3 down to 9-7.
18.
Yeah, well, most things aren't a surprise really anymore. That's certainly end of break though, so I wasn't wrong there.
David Gilbert. 18.
Black off its spot, pink in those reds. I'm not liking this as a particularly fluid table at the moment.
7-point foul there.
And that isn't ideal either, because now Gilbert can see that red, and that is a howler. Went to play that thin, hit it too hard. As a result, didn't hit anything. Luckily, actually, he can't see that pot. I thought he could, you see, but no, he can't. And to be fair, we've given away 7 points, but because of Gilbert's questionable safety there, we've actually got quite a good chance. That's a shock, that is.
1.
Need something.
He's attempting to
It's a bit straight just to give us leverage on the cue board. Screw back. That blue wouldn't have given us any leverage to screw back, really.
What a wonderful pot.
The issue is colours here.
3.
We've got these few at the bottom end of the table, but black's off limits at the moment. So I think we ought to remedy that by screwing up to the top of the table to the butt cushion. And if we can, to come back, and that angle is more than adequate to come back for a red. Obviously, we do limit our option for only 1 red here, because the black will go on its spot. But actually, this cue ball might go beyond the black spot, which it doesn't. So that's not really a problem as such. Don't know if we'll be able to pop the black this time, next time out, which we won't. So. Do a bit more angle here to get. I don't really know what we're trying to go for here. How do we get on that red? That's the question I'm asking. Because if we go... Actually, well, no, we can just go here, can't we? Play for the blue and try and screw the cue ball past the black. Trying to make sure this isn't too much for cutback, or else it gets complicated then.
We know what a prolific long potter he is, so I'd assume he'd take this on.
We think that about right, but it might come up just short, this. Looks like it is.
That's an unforced error.
Well, if it is, it's end of break. You know, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to play a very negative shot here. Just play up to them. Because I'm a bit fearful about the angle of playing thin from the red, you see. So,
Neil Robertson.
didn't want to risk that. Got a slight lead in this frame at the moment, but that is a good safety played by Gilbert. Admittedly, wasn't the hardest of safeties ever to play, but you still got to pull it off. Play this at the right pace this time, which is about right. Yep, we'll nick that. Green might come to be a saviour, but I don't think we've got the right angle for that. No, we haven't. So there could be a sniff at something here.
He's tempted by this red.
Yeah, there is actually. Yeah. Well, he's potted it. What's he on here, though? Blue only. He's got the wrong sort of angle on it, so he's going to go for the brown, which is understandable. Come back down the table for the next red.
6.
Well, those reds went flying everywhere then.
13.
He's going to have to go for the one that's on the ball cushion, because the black will go back in that spot now. Doesn't quite look comfortable, does Gilbert, I have to say. Again, could change my opinion there, though, if he gets a frame-winning break in here. So how does he get the position here? So he plays the yellow. Comes down the table. Ah, good shot. Good shot. Nice controlled screw back there. So we were level on points. You'd fancy Gilbert to win this frame, but we said the same last time out. I think if he gets the colour and the red here, though, he has got to be the favourite. Which he has done.
23.
Can't see any opposition towards him winning the frame now. All the balls apart from the pink are on the spot. So, again, this should be more than winnable.
28.
Apart from if there's any terrible mishaps. And we'll be back at 1 each.
Just the colours now.
30.
So he leads by 14, so just green and brown needed. I'll be very shocked if he missed this. Yep, it's there. And that should be 1 each.
Shuts the door on his opponent in this
I think
frame.
fairly justified, given the state of play so far. No one really taking their chances brilliantly, but in both frames, both players have made a good ending break, so it's 1 each, and that's, I think, the story of the match so far.
Third frame. David Gilbert.
Fairly even. We need to up our game slightly. Again, with this being a shorter format, don't get as long to wake up as such. But we have got a good chance here to register an opening pot.
He's missed it.
But we've missed it. Wasn't the end of the world. Applied that at such an angle that if it did miss, we would not leave that one on. So that's more than adequate for me. But Gilbert's played a really poor shot there.
He's gone in off. That'll be frustrating.
Not only has he left the red over the pocket, but he's also given us
Well, he's
the
playing on
ball
here.
in hand, which is a bit of a shocker all round, has to be said. So we'll just knock this one in. Do what we couldn't do last time out.
Brilliant pot. Outstanding. They don't come much better than that.
That's ended up more awkward than he would have wanted.
It is awkward, I agree, but
This requires good cueing.
don't want to get too political or, I guess, football-minded, but you can't control what situation you're in when you get into office or into a management role or whatever that may be, and that very much is the same for snooker.
7.
Something I've never really thought of that way before, but it's certainly right.
Long pot. Right up his street.
Oh, wonderful shot.
Good pot. Had to play it like that because the only one that's available is this one to the middle pocket. Again, that gets us straight onto the blue, and then we can try and knock these reds open, but it's not as easy as that sometimes.
What a top shot that is.
Again, the angle's not
That's
brilliant
left
on
it
this,
a
so
little awkward there.
13.
let's try and play this with topspin. Don't really think this will work, but it's worth a punt.
That's a great split. He'll be unlucky if he's not.
It's not a bad split, actually. Well, we're not going to be on anything, I don't think. There might be an angle,
18.
but I can't really see it. Ooh, that's the only one we've got an angle on. It's worth a punt, as I've said in the past. It's tight. Yep, it's there. Good pot.
Not perfect
Can't
position.
really controlled position with that sort of
19.
shot, though, so we have to just go for it, which we did. This has gone far enough to get onto the next red. Also plays with the topspin. Can't really hold for this black on the cushion.
That split is not bad at
And we open up the reds. We're a bit lucky there because the position on the pink is really nice.
26.
And this opens up the table a little bit more. This is probably the best chance we've had all match.
Yeah, played it well.
So if we can utilise this, we go ahead once again. 1 up with 2 to play. I'd take that in any match.
33.
I can't see any problems here.
38.
I can't see any problems, but it's funny how they can sometimes appear.
Perfect pace required for this shot.
It only takes one wayward shot. I was watching my good friend
39.
Joe, Captain Goodspeed, the other day on his snooker series, and he was absolutely bang on with this, that it only takes one wayward shot, and then you can be looking for 5 or 6 shots to get back in position, and that's absolutely right. Now, I am banking here on the pink going back on its spot, which I understand it should do,
45.
which it doesn't, but it's not that bad. I did kind of make it some sort of appreciation that maybe it wouldn't go back on its spot, because this is a tight red. This is the only one we can go for, and it's dropped. Good pot. That brings one out into the open. Actually brings 2 out into the
He couldn't
open.
have played that any better. Superb positional shot.
46.
But with the positional shot that we've got to play here, it only really brings 1 out into the open mode. This doesn't run too long, or else it blocks both of them.
49.
No, that's adequate. Just double check. Yep, there's definitely the gap there for that to go. Look a bit of a fool sometimes if you go for it and then it cannons off 1. And you can cause yourself a huge problem then. 6 reds left here, 75 on the table.
50.
This should put us 60 ahead. So this colour, red and another colour. And we should be winning the frame.
Played it well.
55.
Hmm.
56.
This red should go. Yep, it does. So that's problem is we've got a terrible angle on this blue. So however we play this, we're not getting on it. So just gonna have to plump for this one on the cushion. It'll do the same job. It's just this is such a risky pot, and we do leave ourselves open to a Dave Gilbert comeback, but the risk, well, the reward definitely outweighs the risk, and you can see the reward there.
Pretty good to me.
Gives us position on the red.
51.
So this red, and we go back ahead.
Just this red needed.
And it's there.
That's a
Good
top
pot.
shot. Well played.
And that effectively shuts out his opponent in this frame.
You heard Neil folds. It's not necessarily over yet, but we are definitely the favourites now to go on and win this.
68.
This frame, that is, not the match. Well, I suppose we are favourites to win the match. We've 1 ahead with 2 to go, but it's a very funny game. Once you get into decider territory, anything can happen. This could be a potential century here, though, so would like to take advantage of that.
He's looking at the pot into the left middle.
75.
Wasn't sure where the pink would go there, so again I've made a few exceptions for that. So this makes this a very tough shot, but you know what? If it doesn't go in, it doesn't matter. Looks pretty good to me though. Outstanding shot. And as you pot them, you move more out the way, so more balls go. And now both of those will go to the one pocket. And obviously, if there's only one left on the table, you can get it to go to most of these pockets.
82.
If you catch me drift. That's right, on the cushion it's not particularly going to help. Is that? Might just get natural position though on this, which is less of a headache. Got to pop the black first, should drop in. Yep, it has.
90.
Apply that at some pace and we struggle there. But this could be a good full clearance.
Well, he's taking it on.
It's all the reds potted anyway.
What a beautiful pot that is.
91.
So potential 1-2-6 on here. Only problem I can see potentially is the brown that's off its spot. But if we play these right, then we can get onto the brown.
98.
Just the colours remaining. Brilliant century.
Well, at least the yellow confirms the century, so that's one thing.
100.
Really going for the clearance here, but a good century nonetheless. Play this at a pace which will hold for the brown. Green's dropped. Good position on the brown. Just drop this in really and we'll get decent position on the blue.
Challenging pot along the cushion here.
It is a toughie, but it drops. And yeah, we should hold for the blue.
107.
This is a shot, luckily we don't have to play with any backspin, so we could do actually. Almost forced to.
Good striking here.
Good pot on the blue. This needs to go a little bit longer. That's it, that's it, that's it. That's not bad at all.
112.
Again, if it forms that triangle, whichever configuration that is,
He's playing this into the right centre pocket.
then transition from pink to black is fine. And there you go. This black should be
108.
fairly easily potable. And this will put us in the lead for the first time. Well, the second time, sorry. Don't know what I'm going on about. But it's a good clearance of 125. And we lead by one frame with a maximum of 2 to go. And as I said earlier, I think you'd take that position in any match.
A one-frame lead here. Some pretty impressive snooker in that last frame.
Yes, he just needs to keep building.
Now, in every
on
event we've
momentum
played
on
in
that
this year,
long
it's a really
frame.
impressive
Let's see
record.
how this
We've
develops.
got to the quarterfinals, so we need to win this match to keep up that record. It has been a pretty good season. Already 2 ranking event wins. I think in our current form we can really go to town this year and try and win some ranking events. And as the common phrase goes,
Excellent safety.
what is the common phrase? Strike the iron when it's hot, is it? Strike it while the iron's hot. Strike the iron while it's hot. Strike it while the iron's hot, or strike it, well, I don't know. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I don't fancy this one though, must admit. Oh, played that with a bit more angle to avoid that red on the cushion.
Now that's a poor shot.
I might have been better just going for it there though, but you do run the risk there of leaving everything on because you have to play that with quite a bit of power to make it worthwhile.
1.
Well, I tell you what, I thought he'd made a bit more than that. Horrible look for
1.
Gilbert. A strange choice of shot there. Not sure what I make of that because there is a very tight chance, albeit, but in this position, I think the reward definitely outweighs the risk. You know that phrase I couldn't decide over? It's definitely strike it while the iron's hot.
This won't be easy.
It is. A tricky pot, this. Ooh. Oh, it's there. What a shot.
1.
What a shot. I've just gone to get a cup of tea, so that's why I've had a bit of a break. And I was umming and ahhing coming up from taking a cup of tea to my dad down his shed down the garden. Do I go for this shot?
Tricky pot, no doubt.
And the answer was yes. Doesn't leave a whole lot on. That doesn't help that the brown has gone off its spot, but there's a fairly decent chance at a long pot here. Just really maximising how much we can get out of this chance this is. And we might as well go hell-bent for leather for this.
A lot of power.
Gotta hope we pot this, which we do.
The split looks good to me.
And that could well be the first chance to win this game against Dave Gilbert. Alternatively, there's a very good option here at just playing him behind the green. Which hopefully we hit, because if we don't, that's painful.
That's what he was
Yeah, we do. We get the snooker. I think it gives us a really good chance, this, of having a potable chance, because I'd be shocked if he didn't leave anything on here. And he certainly has left a few avenues to explore.
One.
Doesn't want to overhit this.
We're just getting a few reds at the moment is the thing we want to do. Just knock in a few.
6.
Get a few blues as well while we're at it. And make the most out of this. Because if it's not a frame winning break, then we can kind of give that up. Play the safety.
7.
Like we have just then. And probably get ourselves back in again.
Well, I'm not surprised he's taking on the long pot here.
Because then there's not a lot your opponent can do, you see.
12.
But that snooker has definitely opened things up a bit. Not really fancying the black at the moment, truth be told.
Long pot, right up his street.
Probably wait till we've got a few more potted till I'm comfortable with that.
19.
No, 19.
We know what a prolific long potter he is, so I'd
Ooh,
assume
I've
he'd
hit
take
that one
this on.
slightly. I'm hoping this doesn't affect things too much. Slow down, slow down. Ooh, I'm not liking that.
24.
I ain't liking that. Could be end of break, and unfortunately we've left ourselves in a little bit of a pickle here. No other word for it, unfortunately. And that's disastrous. That is terrible. Oh.
He could have played that better.
Yep, definitely could have. That was terrible. We just came... just came a bit too far for the red, and you know, playing. It's sometimes playing from down here is one of the hardest places you can play for a safety shot. But you know what? I really feel for Dave Gilbert. I really do, because that was horrid luck. Absolutely horrid. Surely this goes. It doesn't. Wow. Well, if he wasn't going to take that chance, he's definitely going to take it now. That was stupid from us. A few stupid shots. Need to cut that out from our game. But sometimes, you know, a lot of the time you get greedy, and I really can't see a result in this frame that isn't Dave Gilbert taking it to decider.
7. 11. 12.
All I will say is he's pushing some of these reds into undesirable spots. For example, that one up the bulk, if he does make a mistake, then it's
18.
not great that being up there. There's the one on the cushion. Again, that's not ideal.
19.
So he's playing the green here. That is missable, but no, it's okay.
22.
I would personally here, I know it's the hardest shot, but I'd personally get rid of that one up the bulk. I can see why he's not doing that.
25.
But this just become a bit of a harder shot now under pressure, knowing that miss this and it could be over, but he's got no problem there.
26. 31.
So this
This
big
is a
shot,
tricky one along the
big
cushion.
shot this. I think he's got it covered. He has. Brilliant. Excellent stuff.
Fabulous pot that is.
That's great cue ball control. Excellent position.
32.
But you see, you do all that hard work. Friggin' hell. Wow. Wow, wow,
Great
wow.
demonstration of cue power.
You do all the hard work, but you have to make it count. He just wants to play that the hard way.
42.
Jammy sod. Well, we've had our fair share of luck. You can't argue with that.
46.
He just needs the blue. Well, he's already done it, to be honest, before the blue. I can't get over that, because if that blue doesn't fluke in, he's played his last shot of the match.
64.
But as it is, we now go to a decider.
And now the frame
And,
is his.
you know, either player can win at this point.
Thank you. The 5th frame. David
Doesn't
Gilbert.
matter whether it's a best of 3 or a best of 35. A decider is very much winner takes all. We've got a good chance to at least get ourselves on the board in this decider.
He's missed the pot.
And we've missed it. Wow. Oh, I didn't like the trajectory of that one particularly. And, yeah, this is interesting. Could be crashing out here,
Quality
but...
you would expect from a player of his skills.
Yeah, I agree exactly with what Neil Foles has said there. I would be expecting more from Mr. Gilbert there.
1.
Now, this is a big cutback shot, but you know what? You can forget it. I don't delight in playing in that, to be honest, at the moment. The risk definitely outweighs the reward there, because the split might not go for you. The intention I was alluding to was playing that black, screwing back into the reds, and then they're all open, but miss that, and it's pretty much game over.
Neil Robertson. 1.
Let's just keep the safety battle going, I say. Things have opened up a bit there, but he's done well. He hasn't, well, actually, he's snookered us, you know. But he has left one open. This is the shot we are playing. I want to get this one back into the pack.
Needs good control over the pace of the white with this shot.
Need good control over the pace of the white. We haven't got it. Luckily, it's not ended in tatters, but we haven't hit the red, so we give up a few points. I don't think he'll get us to play again.
Well,
If he's
it was
going to
a
play
really hard
safer, I
shot,
don't
and
like
it
that. I
hasn't
don't
worked
like
out
the
for
line
him.
of this, Gilbert. I don't like the line of that.
David Gilbert.
Oh, he's got away with that as well. Well, he's left a half chance, but again, you know, the risk is far bigger than the reward there. But I tell you what, we've done it again. Well, unless we did just have a thin nick there, I don't know, but
Poor foul, really.
yeah, poor
Very
foul,
nice shot.
definitely.
Foul and a miss.
I'd be putting me
David
back
Gilbert,
in there,
4.
but I'm not Dave Gilbert, and that is a big mistake, because from what could have been something that he really took advantage of, he hasn't.
Taking
So
this red on.
we've got a potting chance. It's there.
1.
It's not a huge chance, but it's something, and that's all
He's
you can
an
ask
expert
for in a
long potter,
decider.
And he's taking this on.
Here's a chance.
Great cueing there.
6. 7.
Don't think. Oh, we can see the black, but again, position is just not nice from there. So let's just focus on potting the blue and the next red. As I said, get
Well,
some
no
points on the
surprises
board
here with the long pot attempt.
and try and do what we couldn't do in the last frame. That's what lost us it.
There. Long pots
We
are his
played one bad
speciality.
positional shot, and it really caused the
Pace
demise
is
for our
key.
whole frame.
13.
So here, I don't really fancy our position for the next shot, to be honest. So we'll just play safe. Bit of a gap on the cushion for this red to go into behind the yellow. And if played well, this is a difficult snooker to get out of.
Well, not what he intended.
Played a bit too hard there, actually, so we didn't get him in a snooker at all, which is annoying, but oh, that is a dreadful safety shot. That's terrible. And thank heavens for that, because he could have really made something of that, but that's a terrible safety shot. Had to play with some power just to get out of there. And now from what was really only exclusively a half chance, this is now quite a big chance to go and win the match at this visit.
7.
I think I said in the last episode, it doesn't matter how you win them, you just got to do it. And it's not won yet, remember? You can get very complacent thinking like that. It's not won till the last ball is potted. And for any evidence of that, I refer you back to the 1985 World Snooker Championship final. Sound like a right idiot there, didn't I? That was the intention, by the way. It ain't over till it's over.
Nicely played.
I feel like that was a song by
13.
someone. Can't put my finger on it though. Whew, did well to avoid all the reds there, goodness me. Played that with a bit too much power, trying to take that into account.
14. $17.
This shot will put us on the black, which I think would be a good move at this
pot
point.
Into the right corner. That's a top shot.
Really impressive cueing.
18.
This is, well, as you can see from some of the prize funds for the first few rounds, this is a big tournament. I think if I'm, well, I think it's 6 figures if you win it. I would suggest if you get 21.5 against the quarters, the chances are you'll get 6 figures for winning it. I feel like it's 100,000, but don't quote me on that. It could be more, could be less. But for it to be less than a Home Nations event, in my opinion anyway, is a bit ludicrous, but ho-hum.
We know he's blessed with great cue power, and that's a great example of what he can do.
31.
This is a bit of a harder shot than I'd have liked.
Well, he's looking at potting this into the right corner pocket.
But we take care of it.
That's an excellent pot.
Great cueing.
So we lead by 37, 59 left on the table.
The long pot's on.
Not too far away, but it can be oh so far away if you make a mistake.
Wonderful.
I'd like to refer you to this shot here, which again isn't great. It's not ideal. But I think again it's the classic risk versus reward game. Plays with a lot of safety because I'm not confident of this at all. Nope. Shouldn't have been. And, well, good news is the cue ball should be fairly safe there.
Neil Robertson, 37.
And where's this cue ball going to go? Is it going to end up in the pocket? It's not. It just rests on the pocket. That's a bit of fortune. Might fancy a half chance here. Oh!
Foul and a miss. Neil Robertson.
This is
No real
nestled in the
advantage here.
pockets.
And he's put his opponent in again.
Foul and a
And
miss.
this could be a classic free miss in a rule. Free fouls and a miss thing. I think we're going to force him to continue from there. Because it's, well, I'll tell you what, we could have mucked this up for ourselves. But no, I didn't want that to be decided by a glitch. Because I think that it is really a glitch, you know. After that many attempts, you would think twice about playing it like that. So, the only thing I was worrying about was if he potted that, then all of a sudden he's favourite to go and win the match.
The cue ball is finished up in a very safe
But
position.
he's 50 behind, 59 on the table. Might regret not taking the advantage of that glitch, you know, there. But, you know, sometimes you have to play with understanding of fair play. Not exploit the game.
Great shot. That's a really good safety.
And we should be able to win this anyway, so... that red will go. Big risk, this.
Not an easy one, but a half chance.
If this goes in, though, we are definitely favourite to win this. It hasn't. It hasn't gone in, so... Oh, well. Big risk. Big risk, that was. Because now, if Gilbert puts a good clearance together, there's no reason why he can't win this match.
Pot into the right corner.
And all of a sudden, I'm a bit worried.
Seven.
He's not going to play all blacks here, sure, but he can afford to give a few points away like that. If he puts his mind to this, though, he can definitely do it. Yellows aren't really the right colour to be playing, but again, he's got some sort of cushion.
11.
He's going to play the black here, isn't he? He is.
18.
So, he's 32 points behind, 35 left in the table. The red's there.
19.
He's not really on the black at all, is he? He's going to play the pink, and he's missed. He has
David
missed the
Gilbert,
pink.
19.
So, I mean, a bit of an anticlimax, but
He's taking this yellow on.
if there aren't any snookers, we've got the game won. That wasn't really the plan, not to pot the yellow there, so it's going to go into that classic snookers mode. How long that'll last, we'll soon find out.
He's tagging on the yellow.
Not very long is the answer, unless this goes in off.
In goes the cue ball.
Wow.
Foul. David Gilbert, 4.
Gilbert can get a respot now. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh, wow.
9.
He's going to do it as well.
14.
The match is going to be decided by a respot.
David Gilbert,
Or is it?
14.
Or is it? The jammy sod. Look at that. Look at that. You know, the main thing here is that we hit this. So, let's just
Try to
focus
be
on
as
doing
risk
that.
averse as possible here.
Flipping heck. Oh, we've lost this match. And you know what? We completely deserve to.
Foul. David Gilbert,
We completely deserve to lose that.
30.
Gilbert pots the black and it's game over. Yeah, we deserve to lose that.
Through to the quarterfinals.
We're out, folks, at the last 16 of the International Championship. It was just too many mistakes there. We lose for the first time against Dave Gilbert. As I said, we played some good snooker, but when push came to shove, maybe we got a bit unlucky. Maybe we didn't take our chances, but you know what? I think we deserved that. Sean Murphy wins the event, which is huge. That is a real shock. We haven't seen that, I think, since Season 1 of the Shanghai Masters, so that is a huge shock. In terms of our rankings, we again get a little bit close to Ronnie, but Sean Murphy now goes to number 9 in the rankings. That is huge, and he's not that far behind us, so Sean Murphy might start to become a force to be reckoned with. We go up slightly in our battle with Ronnie. I said we're not going to play the Champion of Champions, so we'll skip that. Let's find out who wins. So Judd Trump against Mark Allen is the final. Judd Trump wins that. And next up we have the Northern Ireland Open. Yeah, not the best international championship there. Our worst event of the season in terms of where we finished up. But we deserve that, really. And you can't win them all. So we're going to come back in Friday's episode for, I think we'll probably play the third round. Again, it's a Home Nations event. Probably play the third round of the Northern Ireland Open. And I'll see you guys then. So a bit of a shock result, but I think we deserved that, to be honest, the way we played. You can't win all the time, and as I said, you can't win them all. Does Gilbert go up anymore? Not really. But Sean Murphy winning that, I think, is the biggest headline. And interesting. He goes to the top 9. Great stuff. Nice to see a variation of winners. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've been CIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.